match him up. Don't forget to bring your maiden aunts and she'll match him up. Come on.
That's right, Mrs. Dolly Levi, or Gallagher. Social introduction, ladies and gentlemen of excellent family, introduced under the most respectable conditions, in an atmosphere of elegance and refinement. Object, matrimony. Unfortunately, I will not be able to offer my usual lightning service today, as I have a previous engagement in Yonkers, New York, arranging the second marriage of Mr. Horace Van Gelder, the well-known cat millionaire, as my late husband Ethan Levi always said. That means he's got at least $60,000 cash. But I'll do my best to have you carried across Sunday threshold before the week's out. Now, I may also mention that I'm available for financial consultations, instruction of guitar mandolin, short distance hauling, and varicose veins reduced.
Call on Dolly. She's the one that Spencer's recommended in the kind of man your sister. Once and she'll snatch him up. Don't forget to bring your maiden aunts and she'll match him up. Call on Dolly.
Mr. Gilbert, the artist. You know, I couldn't think of an artist myself. I do those little silhouettes with scissors and black paper. Oh, here's one of Ada Rahan looking the other way. I have to do them that way because I'm no good at noses.
Mrs. Levi, the train for Yonkers leaves in 5 minutes, and if we don't get there on
But
time...
we will, Mr. Kemper. And not only will Horace Van Gelder give you permission to marry his niece, Ermengarde, but he will also dance at your wedding. And not alone, either. Because I happen to be engaged in finding him a suitable second wife himself. What he really wants is someone steady to clean the house. As my late husband, Mr. Levi, always said, marriage is a bribe. To make a housekeeper think she's a householder.
I know all about it, Mrs. Levi. Half New York says he's going to propose to Mrs. Irene Malloy this very afternoon.
Which is exactly where I am on my way to Yonkers this morning, Mr. Kemper. And take on your case and knock off 4 lovebirds with 1 stone or whatever I'll throw in. Well, well, well. What do you think of that? I have nothing to pay my train fare with. Only large bills, 5s and 7s.
I think I have some change here somewhere. I only hope you're not leading me on a wild goose chase, Mrs.
And
Levi.
speaking of poultry, I'm also available for fresh terzier, surgical corsets reboned, ears pierced, pierced ears
Mrs.
replugged.
Levi.
She's the kind of man your sister. Once and she'll snatch you up. Don't forget to bring your maiden aunts and she'll match you up. Call on Dolly.
Now tell me, Mrs. Levi, what's in all this for you?
Mr. Kemper, some will paint, some sew, I meddle. I have always been a woman who arranges things for the pleasure and the profit it derives. I have always been a woman who arranges things like furniture and daffodils and lies. When a man with a timid tongue meets a girl with a diffident air, why should the church of preachers beat around the bush when heaven knows Mother Nature always needs a little push? I put my hand in here. I put my hand in there. And a girl of 23 has a man who comes up to her ear. Surely no reaction never beats the deuce to something small. Condescends to give her beau a little boost. I put my hand in there. I put my hand in I have always been a woman who arranges things. It's my duty to assist the Lord above. I have always been a woman who arranges things like poker parties and luncheon parties and love. Mild rose and cosmetic art turned a front to a trump lady fair. She had a countenance a little bit like Scrooge, but oh, today it would swear the Lord himself by the root. I put my hand in there. I'm going to get married again. I'm going to marry Horace Vandergelder for his money and send it circulating among the people like rainwater the way you taught me. So I want a sign from you today that you approve. Oh, it won't be the kind of marriage in the sense that we had, but I shall certainly make him happy. I'm tired, Ephraim. Tired of living hand to mouth. So I want that sign.
Mrs. Levi!
Sometime today. Now don't you worry, Mr. Kimber. We'll be at the Yonkers on time. You'll marry Ermengarde. Just leave everything to me. For when my little pinky wiggles, some young maiden gets the giggles, then I make my knuckles active. Why, he says she's so attractive. Then I move my index digit, and they both begin to fidget. Then I clench my palm. The preacher reads a psalm when I put my hand in.
Mr. Vandergelder?
I did. I got the news for you folks. I'm going to New York this afternoon to march in the 14th Street Association parade. And when I come back, you're going to have a mistress.
I'm too young, Mr. Vandergelder.
Not yours. Hell and damnation mine. I mean, I'm getting married again. And in honor of that occasion, I'm promoting you, Cornelius Hassel, to chief clerk.
And what am I now, Mr. Vandergelder?
You're an impertinent fool, that's what you are. And I'm promoting you from impertinent fool to chief clerk. Any more questions?
Yes.
What?
Does the chief clerk get one evening off a week?
Oh, so that's how you thank me, is it? No, you'll tend to the store as usual. Now get back to work. Well, hurry up. And don't forget to put the lamp back on the sheepstick. Marrying artist, foolishness. 99% of the people in this world are fools. And the rest of us are in great danger of contamination. Oh, I know I was young once, which was foolish. And I got married, which was foolish. And was poor, which was more foolish than anything else. And then my wife died, which was foolish of her. And then I became rich, friendless, and mean. Which in Yonkers is about as far as you can go. Oh, I know you're wondering now why a man of such good sense could be planning anything as foolish as getting married again. Well, this house without a woman would be an empty shell. And pretty dirty, too.
yes, it takes a woman
A husky woman.
to bring you the sweetness in life.
Oh, congratulations, Miss Van Gelder. All of New York is buzzing with the news that you've practically proposed to Irene Malloy. The front line with eligible young ladies, prostrate with grief. All my congratulations and sympathy.
Sympathy.
Did I say that? A slip of the tongue, that's all. No, I'm delighted with the happy news. After all, she wasn't easy to unload. By that I mean, you know what people said, although I, for one, never believed those rumors? No, I didn't.
Rumors? What rumors?
Nothing to get upset about, Mr. Van Gelder. I mean, according to all known facts, her first husband passed on quite naturally. It's just that it went so sudden. A few spoons of chowder she made special for him and poof! But it could happen to anyone. Nope, there's no truth in it at all. Just some friendly words of advice. Eat out.
Now hold on. Now hold on, Mrs. Levi. Are you trying to say Miss Malloy?
I mean to say nothing, Mr. Van Gelder. Just some friendly advice. Keep away from the chowder. By the way, she's ordered her wedding gown. Beautiful. You should see it. Black. Well, as I said before, Mr. Van Gelder, congratulations on your upcoming nuptials. And may you rest in... may guardian angels watch over you both, particularly at dinner.
Now, Mrs. Levi, rumors or not, I still intend on calling on Mrs. Malloy this afternoon as arranged.
Very well, Mr. Van Gelder. Then I guess there's nothing else for me to do but go back to New York and tell the other girl, the heiress, not to wait.
What did you say?
Nothing, a word. Heiress.
Particulars. I demand particulars. Her name.
Her name? Money. Ernestina Money.
What a lovely, lovely name.
Picture, if you will, her hair as shiny as a newly minted dime. Eyes as big round as silver dollars. And skin as soft and mossy as an old greenback.
Oh, I can feel her now.
Age 19, weight 102, waist 47.
Wait, 47.
That's with her money belt.
Oh.
I can arrange for you to meet this Ernestine this very afternoon.
Oh, I can't. I gotta take my niece Ermengarde to New York this afternoon to forget about a certain Ambrose Kemp.
Oh, I could do that for you, Mr. Van Gelder. I know how to handle such things.
Oh, well, then I have to march in the 14th Street Association Parade.
Oh, what an amazing coincidence. Guess who's been chosen to ride the main float? The spirit of 14th Street. Miss Money. Her mother was a cash, you know.
All right. I'll meet Miss Money at the parade. But I still intend on calling on Miss Malloy first.
Oh, dear, what races you make me run. Very well. I'll meet you on that bench in front of Miss Malloy's hat shop at 2:30 as usual.
Well, wait a minute. What happens if I don't like Miss Malloy? And I don't like Miss Money, neither.
Well, then, Mr. Van Gelder, I have one more girl on my list. A name I know as well as my own. But let's not get into that now. It'll come all by itself, all in good time. Oh, but wait till you see Ernestina horse. A vision. A dream.
It takes a woman, know how to think, to joyously clean out the drain in the sink. And it takes an angel with long golden lashes and flushes and fingers for dumping the ashes.
Yes, it takes a fragile woman, that sweetheart, that mistress, that... Oh, yes, it takes a... You know, Ephraim, I think I'm going to have this room redone in blue wallpaper. Yes, in blue. Ermengarde, Ambrose, come out here. We've got plans to make.
Chief clerk. Promoted from chief clerk to chief clerk. In if I'm good, in 10 years I'll be promoted to chief clerk again. 27 and 3/4 years old, and I still don't get an evening off. When are we going to begin to live, Barnaby?
You can live on holidays, Cornelius.
Did you forget what we did last Christmas? All those canned tomatoes went bad and exploded. You and I stayed here and cleaned up the mess all afternoon. Do you call that living?
No.
Barnaby, you and I are going to New York.
You mean close the store?
Huh?
Cornelius, we can't.
Oh, we'll have to. Some more rotten tomatoes are going to explode.
Holy cabooses! How do you know?
I'm gonna light this candle under them, that's how I know. They'll make such a smell that customers won't be able to come into the place for at least 24 hours. That'll get us an evening off, Barnaby. We're going to New York and we're gonna live. We're gonna stay out all night. We're gonna be in danger. Why, we might even be arrested.
Holy cabooses!
And one more thing, Barnaby. We're not coming back to Yonkers until we've each kissed a girl.
Cornelius, you can't do that. You don't even know any girls.
I'm 27 and 3/4 years old. I've got to begin sometime.
I'm only 17, Cornelius. I'm not as desperate as you.
New York, Barnaby. Elevated trains. The lights of Broadway. The stuffed whale at Barnum's Museum.
A stuffed whale?
A stuffed whale, Barnaby. What do you say?
Yes, Cornelius, yes.
Good.
Now, the first thing to do is to make you financially independent. I know, I'll find you a job. Can you dance?
Mrs. Levi, I'm an artist. I paint.
Well then, my card.
Mrs. Dolly Levi, painters taught how to dance?
Now, there's this man, Rudolph Weisenweber at the Harmonia Gardens. I'll give you a note, and we'll see if we can't have you both entered in a poker contest tonight. The prize is a week's engagement and a solid gold cup. Oh, the cups we won you from and me.
Now, hold on, Mrs. Levi. No fiancé of mine is going to set foot in a cafe. And I don't mind saying that I'm surprised that you have acquaintances in a place like that.
Oh, not acquaintances, Mr. Kemper. Friends. Dear friends from days gone by. My husband, Mr. Levi, believed in life, any place you can find it. In cafes, in ballrooms, yes, even theaters. Why, even when times were bad, every Saturday night down those stairs at the Harmonia Gardens we came, you from and me.
Well, it might all come down like clockwork, Mrs. Leon, but you're asking Ermengarde to work there.
It's the only way to show Horse Vanderbilt we mean business. Now, when you go to the Harmonia Gardens, tell them that Mrs. Levi sent you. And incidentally, tell Rudolph that Dolly's coming back. And I want a table for 2 and a chicken for 8 o'clock. Now, Mr. Kemper, wait downstairs. Ermengarde has to get ready. Ermengarde.
The bottom row looks all right, Cornelius. Now hold the candle under the ones on top. Not too close or swell up like they're ready to bust. Cornelius, I can smell it up here.
Come on, Barnaby. We're going to New York. Out there, there's a world outside of Yonkers. Way out there beyond this big town, Barnaby. There's a slick town, Barnaby. Out there
Oh dear, where is Mrs. Malloy? Oh my goodness, it's 10 o'clock and she's not even here yet. It's all because of that impending marriage, I tell you. Why, what marriage, sugar? Why, the marriage Mrs. Levi's arranging between Mr. Horace Vandegelder, the well-known Yonkers half-millionaire. Yes, and my employer and friend, Miss Irene Malloy. Well, don't you ask me. He never will take the place of her late husband, Mr. Peter Malloy. May he rest in peace. Wherever he is, I'm not sure. He was a caution, you know. Well, it is all too much with late husbands and new marriages. And on top of everything else, Miss Mortimer returning this hat for the 3rd time. She wants cherries and feathers, cherries and feathers. To catch a beau, I suppose, although if you ask me, she'd do better with a nice, heavy veil. Well, I told her ribbons down our back is what we'll be wearing this summer if we want to catch a gentleman's eye. But she'll have none of it. Cherries and feathers she wants on today of all days. When that poetia sweet Mrs. Malloy has enough on her mind.
Well, what could Mrs. Malloy possibly have on her mind?
Oh, Mrs. Malloy, you're late.
I know, isn't it wonderful?
Mrs. Malloy, I could bite out my tongue for the things I've said and the things I'm going to say, but as long as I've gone this far, I might as well go all the way. Oh, Mrs. Malloy, why?
Say it, Minnie. Why have I decided to marry Horace Vandegelder?
Mrs. Malloy, I didn't say that. I'd rather die in the rack than ask such a personal question, but as long as you did bring it up.
I married Horace Vandegelder for one reason and one reason alone, Minnie. To get away from the millinery business. I hate hats.
Mrs. Malloy!
I can no longer stand being suspected of being a wicked woman with nothing to show for
Oh, Mrs. Malloy!
Don't protest, Minnie. All millineresses are suspected of being wicked women. That's why I can't go into restaurants or balls or theaters. That's all the proof they need. Take it from me, Minnie. Either I marry Horace Vandegelder, or I break out of this place like a fire engine. Oh, no, not Miss Mortimer's hat again.
Miss Mortimer, I'll take care of it.
No, Minnie, leave it be. You can make another hat for Miss Mortimer if you like. I'm wearing this one myself.
Mrs. Malloy, you can't! You're a widow, and this hat, well, it's provocative, that's what.
Is it, Minnie? Well, who knows who we are, shall we say? And provocative may just be what I want to.
Mrs. Malloy!
share of love. And I'm not saying I was shortchanged. Once is enough for a woman as long as it's true love. And it was that. Penny, look. There's two men staring at the shop. Men? Why, I do believe they need to come in here. Oh, my goodness, men in the shop! What shall we do? Do? Why, flirt with them, of course. Penny, there's a tall one. You can have the short one.
Oh, Mrs. Malloy, you with all that talk about love.
Not enough I've had, Minnie. It's a bit of adventure I could do with now. We'll get them all heated up. Isn't it a good practice for married life? Now you go into the workroom, Minnie. I know some ways for them to perk up our appearances. Besides, a bit of a wait will only make them nervous and easier for us.
If you say vampire, I'll scream.
Vampire! Oh, Minnie, we'll get an adventure out of this yet.
We'll get an adventure out of this yet, Barnaby. All day long, we wander around New York, and then we come to the quietest street in the city, and suddenly,
Vandergelder.
is he still out there? Go look.
He's sitting right on that bench. Cornelius, are you sure this is an adventure?
Now, you don't have to ask, Barnaby. When you're in one, you'll know it, all right. How much money have we got left?
Not much, Cornelius. 40 cents for dinner, 30 cents for the train back, and 20 cents to see the whale. 90 cents, why?
Well, when those two ladies come back out, we're gonna have to pretend to be, customers. Customers, that's it. Maybe the best thing to do is to make them think we're rich. That way we don't have to spend anything. We're just two men about town looking for handsome ladies. Good afternoon, Mrs.
Malloy.
Here, Cornelius Hackle.
Here, Barnaby Tucker.
Here, Irene Malloy. Now what can I do for you?
You see, we're two ladies about town looking for hats to Malloy with, and we wondered if we want a hat. For a lady, of course. And everyone said to come to Mrs. Malloy's because she's so pretty. I mean, her hats are so pretty.
And so reasonable, Cornelius. As reasonable as under $1. Still leave us enough to see the whale.
You've got to pay him no mind, ma'am. He's come all the way from Yonkers just to see the stuffed whale, and he's all excited. Why don't you keep an eye on the street out there, Barnaby, and maybe you'll see it pass by.
Is it big and black with mean little red eyes?
Yes.
See, right on that bench.
Excuse me, but did you say Yonkers, Mr. Hackle?
Oh, yes, ma'am, Yonkers. And pardon me for saying so, but you should see Yonkers. By that I mean perhaps Mr. Malloy would like to see Yonkers, too.
Oh, I'm a widow, Mr. Hackle.
You are? Barnaby, she's a widow, isn't that right? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sure Mr. Malloy would have enjoyed Yonkers, especially in that hat. I mean, on you, of course, and not Mr. Malloy. May he rest in peace. You're Catholic, aren't you? Don't let that worry you. I'd be willing to change. Mrs. Malloy, if you should ever happen to have a Sunday free in the near future, I'd be more than delighted to show you Yonkers from top to bottom.
Well, as a matter of fact, Mr. Hackle, I might be there sooner than you think.
Oh, really?
You see, I have a friend who lives in Yonkers.
Do you?
Perhaps you know him.
Perhaps we do.
Oh, it's always so foolish to ask in places like that, isn't it? It's a Mr. Vandergelder.
Vandergelder's A and B?
Do you know him?
No.
Vandergelder's a substantial man and well liked, they tell me.
Oh, a lovely man. Just lovely, Mrs. Malloy. Has only one fault as far as I know. He's hard as nails.
Cornelius, I think look out!
Begging your pardon, Mrs. Malloy.
Gentlemen, what are you doing?
Help us. We'll explain later.
Oh, really? Come out of here this instant!
We're as innocent as can be, Mrs. Malloy.
Mr. Hackle, Mr. Tucker, I insist that you both come out of there at once, or I'll be forced to... Mr. Vandergelder.
Malloy, I don't suppose Mrs. Levi is here, is she? She's supposed to meet me on that bench 10 minutes ago. Well, she can just go on looking for me if she comes. When I make appointment, I like people to be on time. Oh, I have a present for you. Chocolate-covered peanuts. Unshelled. That's the expensive kind. Did I just see you talking with two men?
Men? Men, Mr. Vandergelder? Now what would men be doing late at that shop? Let's go into my workroom. I'm so anxious for you to see it.
I saw it last week.
So you did. Well, Mr. Vandergelder, I'm doing hay business. I understand you have 3 friends, all hard as nails. I mean,
What on earth are you talking about?
the Yonkers. I hear it's a beautiful city.
And who's been telling you about Yonkers?
Nobody. A friend.
What friend?
Well, you see, he,
He?
a customer, Mr. Vandergelder. Someone quite well-to-do, as a matter of fact. He was in here buying hats for ladies. You might even know him, although it's usually silly to ask in cases like that. It's Mr. Cornelius Hackle.
Did you say Hackle?
Well, yes.
Cornelius Hackle just happens to be my head clerk, that's all. Now, Mrs. Malloy, I don't have an explanation.
And I'm going to give it to you. Why shouldn't she know Cornelius Hackle? Everybody in New York knows Cornelius Hackle. Why, he's in the opera and all the fashionable hours. Why, he's even in the Harmonia Gardens 3 times a week.
That's impossible. He's only got $146.35, and I keep that in my own safe.
Oh, you're killing me, Mr. Vangelder. He's one of the Hackles. They built the canal, you know.
What canal?
The ear. Both.
It ain't.
Who took the horses out of Jenny Lynn's carriage and carried her through the streets? Cornelius Hackle. And who dressed up as a waiter in the 5th Street Hotel and dropped an oyster down Mrs. Astor's? Oh, I can't tell you, but it was Cornelius Hackle. Why, he's the playboy of New York. Now, Irene, don't deny it. I can tell you were just as taken with him as everybody else.
What are you saying, Dolly? I've only seen him once in my life. Really, Dolly?
Excuse me?
Of course.
Now, hold on. There's a man in that closet.
No, Mrs. Vandergelder, it's too dangerous.
Any man who hides his name in that closet will not frighten me.
Oh, any man indeed, Mr. Vandergelder. Well, I'm sure he makes short change of any man. Oh, those muscles. I can see them now, rippling back and forth underneath your coat.
The last time, stand aside.
Stand indeed, Mr. Vandergelder. Well, that's exactly what the law courts will want to know when you're accused of entering that closet without a search warrant. Now, what can you stand for? You can't stand for the law of this great land. I know what I stand for. I stand for motherhood, America, and a heart for more men. Take off your hat, sir, and zero the slightest passing to you. And the hill of Gettysburg, leave the great triumphal march. If you hear this trumpet, you'll breathe the ground that march.
I was not expecting you, sir. I came here in court to
In that closet. God bless you.
Mrs. Malloy?
All right, Mr. Van de Gelder, there is a man in that closet.
Uh-huh.
And another under that table.
What the devil?
There also happens to be a very simple explanation, but for the present, good afternoon.
Oh, good Lord, the whole room's crawling with men. They'll never get over it. I take it I'll see you later on this afternoon, Mr. Van de Gelder.
You certainly will, Mrs. Levi, with a certain young lady in the 14th Street Association Parade. Good day, Mrs. Malloy. On shell.
We can explain everything, Mrs. Malloy. You see, we just
I do not
went...
wish to hear any explanations, Mr. Hackle. Just you and Mr. Tucker do me the pleasure of leaving my shop at once, or I'll send for Officer Gogarty.
Well, if you ask me, Irene, calling an officer is letting them off too easy. The law courts, that's where they belong. I've been adding up the legal offenses these two have committed, and believe me, you've got grounds for at least 2 writs, a non-compos mentis, and a garnishee. Now, the main thing to do is to show that you tried to settle it amicably. Have dinner with them.
Dinner?
Is that absolutely necessary, Dolly?
It's the way things are done in the law. Dinner first, garnishee afterwards.
Very well. Mr. Hackle, Mr. Tucker, you may take Miss Fay and myself to dinner.
Oh, delighted, Mrs. Malloy. And I speak for Barnaby, too. Now I hear there's a nice donut shop in the railroad station that we can go to.
Oh, no, Mr. Hackle. If the Harmonia Gardens is good enough for your fashionable friends, it's good enough for us. I hear they have a lovely orchestra, Minnie.
We couldn't do that, Mrs. Malloy. Now, don't misunderstand me. It's not the money or anything. It's just the,
It's the whale!
It's the whale! No, it isn't the whale, Barnaby. It's the dancing. You see, they have dancing at a place like that, and I don't know how. And well, it'd take me weeks, months, years to learn Mrs. Dolly Levi, 27 and 3/4-year-old chief clerks taught how to dance. Uh-oh.
Now, it's very simple, Mr. Hackle. You just put one arm here and one arm here.
I really couldn't, Mrs. Levi. I have no sense of rhythm.
Oh, well, no sense of rhythm is one of the primary requirements for learning by the Gallagher-Levi method. Now, just give me 5 minutes of your time, Mr. Hackle, and I'll have you dancing in the streets. We'll start with lesson 7, the waltz kick turn. Touch, left, touch, turn. Step, kick. Oh, that was wonderful. When I think of the lucky women who will find heaven in your arms. Let's start back with lesson 1, Mr. Hackle. Put your hand on her waist and stand. With her right in your left hand. And 1, and 1, 2, 3. No.